Hello, Pepito. My name is Sean Everett. I am the website analysis expert over at Zucor Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Eric. He sent your website over to me for analysis, and I think it is a beautiful website. It's got this sort of orange-yellow color with the contrast of the dark blue. It reminds me of a DeWalt tool somehow. But I will tell you that this guy here, whoever that is, never comes up as a full face. If I reload the page, I can see that he becomes a circle because he's supposed to be something, but he's always hidden behind this thing. There's something in error here. I have tried many different views of your website, and I can't get him to come up. But I don't know. Maybe he's not important. I don't know. Let me see. I'm just going to click on him for fun to see what happens. Yeah, no, it just goes back to the home page. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe that's you, Pepito. That's not good. Either way, you have a beautiful website, but I'm not really here for the website, how it looks, because how it looks is kind of like having a car that is newly painted. It's beautiful and people want to get into it with you. And that's why once they get here, they're going to want to start clicking. But I'm really more interested in the mechanics of your site, because the mechanics, what's in your site, is actually going to determine whether or not people come to it. And I can tell you this from my analysis, that not enough people are coming to it. Let me show you the next thing that I'm going to do is I have this paid tool that I use. It's called Ahrefs, and it shows me the metrics of your site, which is how I know how it is performing. And the next thing I do is I do a Google search. In this case, my Google search was Kirkland, Washington roofer, of course. So, this is where I need to tell you a little bit about how Google works. Google is the thing that everybody, you and I both use to find things in our lives. And people definitely use it to find roofers. And there is a value in being up near the top. Now, most people think that it's kind of a random event where you end up, but it is not. Google has an algorithm that decides the placement of everything. So I have to tell you that the algorithm is something that we know what it wants, and it's something that can be satisfied. So let me show you. Now this part here is the sponsored ones. Sponsored is a much nicer way of saying that they're bought and sold here. They bought their way into the top. A lot of people find that kind of iffy, like, oh, why would they have to buy their way into a Google search? Because they don't realize that it's not by the best. You know, all the Google search results are the result of the Google algorithm, and as opposed to Google algorithm wanting a company that has the best workmanship and best materials, they want a company that essentially has the best website, according to them anyway. Now, underneath the paid ones, we have what we call the map pack. These are the folks who have done something kind of unique. They have gone to Google and filled out a Google business profile, and they have done so extraordinarily thoroughly. And that has given them placement up here. It is free to do. You could do it. I wouldn't suggest it, but you could definitely do it. Now, the next thing that comes underneath the map pack, and that's an excellent place to be, by the way. It's up near the top. Underneath the map pack is what we call the organic searches. And this very first one here is the first roofer that I find in Kirkland. And I just use Kirkland as an example because, I mean, I know that that's where your offices are based, and that you search, you know, do all of the Seattle area and Bellevue. And I lived in the area for many, many years, so I'm very familiar with it. In fact, recently I was at the Seahawks training camp for some business I was doing, and it was very near you, apparently. So what I'm going to do for the purpose of this analysis is tell you that the Kirkland Roofing Company, Pro Roofing Northwest, is I'm going to refer to as your Google competitor. Now, they say that they are a Kirkland roofing contractor, and the reason that Google believes it is because they say it. So you can see, I have a feeling that Pro Roofing is probably based somewhere else, and they just have a page that covers Kirkland and Bellevue and Kenmore and all of those areas. You know, because you can just say what you think on Google and it will believe it. So somewhere on your site, you should have, we're the best roofer in Kirkland or Seattle or whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is take your website. I'm going to copy and paste all of it into this word counter. Oh, was there something in there already? There we go. 743 words, which isn't bad. Now I'm going to do the same with these folks, the Pro Roofing. Copy, and then I'm going to paste, and I get 1,540 words. Now, here is the truth of the matter. They are 40 words over what Google expects as the minimum amount of words for a company's homepage. 1,500 words is the amount of words that Google believes any legitimate business should have on their homepage. So you are falling short by half, more or less. And let me show you what I mean by that, because all words are not the same. It would be best if you beat your competitor in the number of words in total, but it's also good if you beat them with words that matter. Here is what I'm talking about. This is that paid tool I was telling you about. These are the keywords. There's 143 of them on your site, and ProRoof has, come on, 1,800. So you can see, once again, they kind of win that little Google created battle. And now I'm going to show you what their keywords are. Essentially, keywords are all the words that are used in your industry. So for instance, Bellevue Roofer, I don't know, let's see, solar tube installer. I'm sure that that's part of what you do. Dead Valley Roof Cricket. I don't know what that means at all. But there's usually a lot of things about that are only in your industry, like TPO or shake or flat roof or gutters or whatever all those things are. Those are what keywords are, because Google takes all of the sites that come up as a result of this search, strips out all the words, and then counts them. This one appears the most, so that's keyword number 1, and this one appears second most, that's keyword number 2, and so on. So Google has an expectation about what you should have on your site. You have 143, and ProRoof has 1,800. So it's time to get your keywords up in order to get a better listing on the Google search results. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you are backlinks. You have 95 backlinks. A backlink is where you appear on a site that has a link back to your site. So, for instance, Angie's List is one. Now, you have 95, and ProRoof has 1,700, and here are their backlinks. Home Advisor, Angie's List, just like I said, and that's a good one to be on because it's rated in the 90s. Expertise.com, yellowpages.com, porch.com, all of these sort of things that people refer to when they're looking for businesses in the area. So, yeah, getting good backlinks is what the goal is, and anything that is 70 or above is something that I would recommend, because below that, I mean, you know, this one, Yo Business, yobusiness.com. I guess people don't really go to that one very much for advice about where to get their roofer. KCPW, though, they might. I don't know. Anyway, here's the basis of what I'm telling you. What I have suggested for you is that you need to get a Google business profile, have it filled out well. You need to get your keywords up, and you need to get your backlinks up. And that will help you with the placement, because here is their placement based upon them having those two things. And here's where it comes down to. Last month, you had 16 clicks as a result of a Google search, and last month they had 1,600. Now, I'm not saying you need to get up to 1,600, but you know, it's that many more opportunities for somebody to become a potential client by asking for an estimate, to become a customer, and to actually putting money in your pocket. That's what it comes down to. If no one is finding you on a Google search, you are missing out on money. So anyway, I hope what I've told you has been helpful in terms of, you know, getting your website a little more mechanically sound. Thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.